Have you ever wondered why you're really here? Not just existing, not just working or surviving, but the deeper reason your soul chose this life. If you feel like there's something more, like you're meant for something bigger, you are absolutely right. And that is what we are going to be talking about today. Your soul's purpose, why you're here, and how to start remembering your true path. Welcome to Infinite You. I am Dr. Sherry. Let's dive in. I think what I want to start talking about today, and I think what I my impetus for making this video is that I am collaborating with some really amazing, expansive, soulful women about a new offer that we all want to put in the world that really has to do with vision, mission, purpose, meaning, fulfillment, like all of the big things that we humans care most about. And, I know, and being around all of these amazing wise women, I know for sure, and what my understanding, of course, of like human psychology and development is, we definitely get to an age where probably what everybody calls your midlife crisis, where we really lean into wanting more meaning, more fulfillment, more understanding our purpose and our why. And that was really the impetus for this video. I know that this sounds like mildly cheeseball, but I think I'm going to say it anyway. I remember being a small child, like 5 or 6 or 7, and seeing the TV commercial for Dianetics on TV. And Dianetics was all about, like, what's your purpose? Are you tapping into your potential? Don't you want to feel more in life? And, all of these things, and like experience abundance, and, you know, tune into the essence of who you are. I mean, the words were not quite like that. I mean, we're going back in time, but I definitely remember as like a 5, 6 year old thinking, I definitely want that. I remember asking my mom to order me the book, and she definitely was like, "No, I think that's not a book for you, Sherry." Fine. But my point is that, you know, we go through the motions every day of our lives and like, look for like little pockets to find meaning and, understand our soul, the nature of our soul and our purpose. And ultimately, it's probably like the most important thing that we can do, yet it somehow ends up on the back burner because we are as humans so engaged in our physical reality. And the thing about physical reality is that it is not fixed at all. But I do want to say, and I have like a little list here so I don't forget like major points that I want to talk about. Most people are conditioned to believe that they are just a body, just a mind, and just their past experiences. It is definitely not true. Reality is definitely not fixed. We are here to create our reality, but I will probably talk about that later on in this video. I think I simply just want to say and to remind you, and I know that you are a soul having a human experience. You existed before this lifetime, and you will exist again after this lifetime. I just did a really cool podcast interview. I was actually the guest on this podcast, and we ended up talking about this today, this morning, like, just a little less than an hour ago, about how, people that are like a little more tuned in, or maybe are empathic, or, have like a spiritual bent about the way that they live their life. It's particularly hard to be in this physical reality because they perceive it really as sort of like a struggle, challenge after challenge, and for sure we're here for that reason. They're not about lessons. It's really about, having a contrast, like having the universe offer us a contrast so we can decide who we are not, what we want, what we don't want, what resonates with us, what does not resonate with us in a vibrational way, in a feeling way, right? Like, It's not just sort of like this physical experience, it's a whole body experience. It's multidimensional. It's about thinking through a problem, it's about tuning into the energy of a different solution or a different vibration. But I do want to say that, you and your soul, you chose this life for a reason. And Earth is a phenomenal playground. We are here to create, and it is so darn beautiful on top of it. Just think about all the things that you've seen on this beautiful planet. Earth is a masterclass in expansion and creation and remembering who you truly are. I think about it like as I said, like a metaphor, but I mean, sorry, I think about it like it's a playground, like the metaphor of a playground or the metaphor of playing a game, right? So your higher self is outside of the game, but your consciousness are playing in the human experience. And like any game, you know that there are challenges and there are levels to unlock. But remember, the goal is not the struggle. The goal is mastery. Remember that it's not about struggling. It is not about challenges. It is about mastery. It is about leaning in. It is about trusting life. It is about really leaning in, like I said, to that multidimensional aspect of who you are. You are physical, you are intellectual, and you are definitely soulful and energetic. But when you enter the physical world, you forget who you are, and that is definitely part of the experience. I want to stop right here for a second because this kind of came up in the podcast that I was just on this morning. If you want to know how powerful of a co creator you are, remember you co created your soul coming into a physical body and landing yourself on planet Earth. Don't forget that your initiation into incarnating time and time and time again, right? We come and we go. We come and we go from the physical to the non physical, back and forth, right? Because there's something really remarkable and beautiful about being here on the planet and creating. And so your first creative endeavor was getting your soul into a physical body. Do not ever, for 1 second, discount how powerful you are as a creator. But part of our journey, too, is that society programming and conditioning definitely can keep us stuck in the illusion of limitation. Because in 3D, we're told life is hard. You have to struggle to succeed. You're separate from the universe. I was just listening to something this morning. Let me see if I can kind of pull it up in my brain because I've been talking for a couple of hours now. I don't know about you, but I think I can say, I think it's very fair for me to say that part of my programming was if things came too easy for people, if things were handed to you on a silver platter, that was definitely seen as not a good thing. I even learned, and I don't know if this is true, I learned this when I was in Norway, maybe Sweden. I think it was Norway. Right, in American English, part of, what we would say in American English is like, oh, things were handed to you on a silver platter. You've had it so easy, you don't even know. Right? We humans compare our struggle. Like, oh yeah, you had it so bad. And I mean, for sure, it's kind of like, well, I walk to school every day, 3 miles uphill and then 3 miles home uphill, right? Like the human struggle has been like a part of our programming and our paradigm for sure in American culture anyway. But what I wanted to say, the idiom in Norway, if I believe, and you can definitely comment if you know this idiom and you can correct me, I do not mind. Instead of saying, like, oh, this was served to you on a silver platter, oh, what did you fly in on a shrimp sandwich, right? So that's their version of the same thing. We humans have a way of like having the struggle, having that be like the hill that we die on. What if it were not that? right? Like you have to struggle to succeed. You are separate from the universe. And here's the thing, none of it is true. What if things were, I mean, I'm not saying, and I mean, I've had like a bazillion things go on in my life. We all do, right? We're not immune to experiencing this physical reality, but you can change your reality, right? Don't forget, like things can work out for you, things can be smooth. Not everything does have to be a struggle. None of it is true. You are not separate from source. You are not separate from abundance, and you are not separate from your highest potential. But you got to really like lean in and tune into that. And the way that we do that is really through connecting and listening to what is going on with us at the soul level. You know, you can feel it when things light you up. How do you know? Because you feel giddy, you feel hell yes, you feel whole body yes, you feel like, oh my God, this is amazing, right? I'm creating this new offer right now, and like as I'm going through the process of like putting all the pieces together, da da da, like I can feel it welling up inside of me. And so my question for you is, what if everything you've been told about life is just one version of reality? What if there is another way? And you know what? There is. You can intentionally create your reality. Listen to the whispers of your soul. So, your soul's purpose is not a job or a title. Remember, it is not a job or a title. It is about growth, creation, alignment, experiencing the fullest version and essence of who you are for its own sake. The desires in your heart, the visions you have, they are not random. They are your internal compass guiding you to what you came here to experience. I feel as though I can tell when I'm in my head and when I'm in my heart. I can tell and I can feel when I'm at in that place like tuned into soul, where my intuition and my soul and my heart and my thinking are so in coherence with one another. I'm so lit up it cannot be any other way. That's what I'm talking about. So how do you tune in to your purpose? You've got to just calm the noise. You've got to just get into that stillness and that quiet space, like tune into that feminine energy of intuition, of listening to the whispers, of feeling that tap on your shoulder. You all know, I'm sure you all know that if you ignore the whispers, if you ignore the tap, the next thing you know, the universe is going to be like throwing you into a metaphorical brick wall. We have all been there. That's how we experience disease. That's how we experience heartache or potentially tragedy or anything going on where the universe is like shaking us to stop and listen. So quiet the noise outside, meditate, visualize, journal, stop talking, listen, connect with your inner essence, connect with the core part of your being, with your soul, right? And like if you're a heady kind of person, think about what you value, and then I hate to say it this way, but it's sort of like reverse spiritual engineering, right? Where right, whatever values you hold, remember they're an energetic vibration first. What matters most to you? What lights you up? Follow what excites you. Your highest path is that one that will light you up, where you will say a hell yes. And you know what? The longer you're on the planet, you're going to do it again and again and again, because we grow and we change and we want something different and we want to experience ourselves differently and have something new, or whatever the case may be. It is a beautiful unfolding of your soul's journey in physical form. Trust your intuition. Your soul speaks through gut feelings, vibrations, synchronicities, nudges coming from within, and then definitely, absolutely. This is really huge. I feel like I sound like, whatever. Sorry I did that, but like whatever. I got so excited about this podcast and everything I've been talking about this morning. It's more than just releasing old programming. You don't have to follow the normal path. Your path is unique. And I definitely know what this feels like because I have lived this, because I am not good at being in a box. I am not good at conforming. I am not good at listening to the rules and direction of someone else when I know that my path, my truth, my journey is definitely unique, and it takes conviction and confidence and clarity and knowing at a very deep level. Above all else, as a sovereign soul, you get to choose what works for you, what feels good for you, how you're creating, how you're imagining, how you are a visionary, a thought leader. All of those really big, powerful words. So I want to remind you, and like definitely let me know if this resonates with you. For sure it's super emotional for me because it's really hard to break free from old programming. And like I definitely have kind of done that the majority of my life. Um but it wasn't always easy, but looking back I would not have done it any other way. It's really important to lean in. So remember, you are not here to struggle. You are here to create. You are here to create your reality. If you don't like your reality and you're observing things around you that are not aligned with you, and you're finding yourself in a particular situation, reality is not fixed. You can change it at any time. I have other videos on this. It's all about the quantum field. Every thought, every belief, and every action that you take shapes your reality and definitely affects the quantum field in really amazing, powerful ways. We all know about the butterfly effect. So remember, really lean in and really begin to understand that you are co creating your reality with the universe all the time. And when you get out of the mindset of struggle and into the mindset of you are a master of your journey, you are a master of your mind. And for me, for sure, lean into that multidimensional nature of who we are as human beings. We are body, we are mind, we are soul, we are energy, we are physical, we are intellectual. So how do you go from being sort of like in this victimy place into like full on creator mode? Instead of asking yourself, why is this happening to me? You could ask yourself, why is this happening for me? How is this happening for me? So shift from why is it happening to me to how is it happening for me? That is a huge, brilliant, amazing, powerful leap. Instead of I have to, I get to. Instead of waiting for signs, start choosing what excites you and trust yourself. So I want to remind you before I, sign off from this video, if my words resonate with you, please hit subscribe. This is a new channel. I'm super excited about it. I really, really want it to grow because I feel like my message matters. Um, Half the time, I don't even know how much of it is coming from me intellectually. For sure, I feel like it's coming through me. Um, so if this resonates, hit that subscribe, hit that like. I will put a couple of links in the description box, maybe to get my newsletter and maybe design your timeline or some other cool thing. I do not know yet, but I will put it in there. Yeah, something. But I do want you to remember, I do want to remind you, you are a powerful co-creator. How do I know? You got into your physical body from moment one, right? How incredible is that? You are not small. You are not powerless. You are a divine, creative, energetic being here to experience, evolve, and expand. And the more you tune into your soul's whispers, the more your true path will unfold for you. So let me know in the comments, have you ever felt like, how I started this video with that book Dianetics, like as a 5, 6 year old, like, oh my God, I want to know who I am. I want to know my potential. I want to know what this life is about. I want to create things. I want to become, if you have ever felt like you were meant for more, but you were not sure what, but you had that feeling, just drop like a comment, in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. I will read them. And then, of course, subscribe, like, and check out the links that I have for my free newsletter and Design Your Timeline. And I will see you in the next video. Have fun. The earth is your playground. Create. Love who you are. Listen to the whispers of your soul. Become, become, become. Expand. It is why you're here. And enjoy, relax, surrender, and play and be and celebrate your physical, your intellectual, and your energetic aspect of who you are. I will see you next time. Namaste.